evening and welcome to day 3. 3 days left. Yeah, so as you guys can see, I finally bought the tiara. Yeah, I think it's pretty. And I also made chocolates. I didn't make any photo, but they are heart shaped. And well, it's okay. And they are heart shaped. And in the boxes, I am going to put the chocolates. And this is a secret note. Like, these are for 2 different people. And I hope that the person I'm going to give this to doesn't look at this video. And if you do look at this video, act like you don't know, like act surprised when I give them to you. Yeah, I'm going to take this off because it hurts a bit. And yeah, my hair, I already actually know what's happening to my hair. The problem is that since I can't find my thinning scissors, which I use to like thin my hair, like for example my bangs, so they are not so full like now, I need them like to make my hair thinner. And also my hair dried weirdly the other day because of the shampoo, because I used a shampoo that wasn't mine. Like, it was the same brand, but it was for a different type of hair, so now my hair's like really weird. Yeah, today, I did nothing all day again. So, well, I ate lasagna and I had lasagna for dinner too. Yeah, this video may be a bit triggering for me because I'm going to tell you guys the most recent things. Like, this is the last video of like story time, and I'm going to tell you guys the more recent stuff. So, oh my god, there's got hair everywhere, and yeah, so it's going to be a bit triggering for me, but I'm going to try and take it as well as possible so I can sleep today. So, another target eliminated. So yeah, I'm also whispering because it's like super late. Even though I wanted to record this at like 10. So I got into art school and everything was okay at first. Well, I was super scared because I said, what if I'm bullied again? Like, what if all of this happens again? But my friend Tanisha kept saying, no, everything will be okay, but I was super scared. And so I went to Instagram and I asked, hey, is any person I know going to this school? And someone, a guy, let's call him CJ. Let's call him CJ. So CJ, he's not black, and Tanisha isn't black either. I'm picking lots of black people names, but no black people. Like, I don't know any black people. Like, in Spain, there are not much black people. What? is that bug? Oh, it's a spider. Wait. Okay, I used the tiara to get the spider away. Um, yeah. So, like, yeah, I am not really surrounded by black people. Like, I used to have a black teacher. Was, oh, he was really cool. His name was Michael Jackson. I'm not joking, but he was really cool. Like, yeah, he was from, yeah, the States. And I don't know, he was cool. But yeah, the point is, so CJ said, yeah, I'm going to the same class as you. So, yay! So I remember I was nervous, but both nervous but excited. So I met up with CJ, and I knew CJ from like March or something. So we knew each other for months, and yeah, so we went, CJ and I saw the people gathering, like the people that should be in our class, and so I saw the prettiest girl in our class, so I went up to her and told her, "Hi, I'm new, and are you new here too? Like, blah 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 blah." And so she said, because I really wanted to be social, I didn't want like I didn't want to be ostracized again. And yeah, and she told me, no, but I know you. And I'm like, really? And she told me, yeah, we met at a party. Like, do you remember at the beach? And I was like, no. And she told me, yeah, you were drinking. And I was like, oh, then don't, I didn't remember you then. So, yeah, we sat like as we sat, um, and yeah, so the first week started of class and everything was going super smoothly for me. Like on the first day, I had already talked to half of the people there, and yeah, it was nice. And so by the fourth day, it was time to decide on a class president. I wasn't gonna apply because actually in ninth grade I tried applying for class president, and that was the first time, well, one of the times that people laughed at me in class. So I didn't want to do it. But a girl said, "Hey Nemo, why didn't you try and be the class president?" And I was like, really? And she said, "Yeah, yeah, you should definitely try." And some guy said, "Yeah, yeah, try." So I tried being the class president. There was also this guy who wanted to do so. CJ said, "Okay, I'm gonna do it." And also this girl. But when CJ had to do his like speech, he went super, like he started being super shy and said, "Sorry, I don't know." And so it was my turn. So I said something like, um, uh, I've tried being tall, blah, 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 and I know someone that tried going to the class president and tell them that they were bullied and the class presidents didn't do nothing. So I want to make a change and I want to be a class president in which you guys can rely on. Whatever problem you have, you can always tell me, and whatever you say to me, I won't tell anyone. It is my job as class president. I don't know, I did a really cool speech, and so they said, oh, apparently we were like 32 people in class, and apparently like 25 people voted me, and I was like, what? And um some girl said, well, it's natural, you're the social battle, butterfly of class. And I was like, me? What? So I was like suddenly in a super different universe in which I was the popular girl. I was popular in class, like I was the social butterfly, apparently. And so yeah, I talked with almost like no, yeah, everyone, and everything was super super cool for months. It all felt like a dream. Um, CJ and I started getting closer. We were like super super friends. And in October, I realized that I was having feelings for him. Dun dun dun. Um, but I was scared because last time I liked a guy, that thing happened. Like I was publicly mocked, and yeah, I didn't want to repeat that. And yeah, I thought that he was way too much for me. So I just said, nah, I probably just like having him as a friend, like having finally a guy that is my friend and that doesn't bother me. So I tried like to not think about it too much. But in Halloween, I realized that he liked me. He told me I like you. And I was scared because I didn't know what to do because it was the very first time that it was reciprocated. And so I said, I'm sorry, you're not really my type because I was very, 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 like I thought always, if I have a boyfriend, my first boyfriend is going to be a super muscular guy, blonde, blue eyes, cool, like, you know, and yeah, even though I liked that guy, I said that to him, and he was like, oh, okay, but we remained being friends until mid November. I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do it anymore. Sorry, it was my cat. I couldn't do it anymore. And so, one class in physical education, I was showing him pictures and like, and he said, oh no, wait, sorry, I forgot to say that Tanisha and I stopped being friends because I was treating her pretty badly. Like I got way too much into the helping her be like more aware of stuff that I don't know, it was pretty a lot. And so we stopped being friends. But yeah, I was showing him photos that I had in their chat of like, so this drawing, la la, and then I remember, oh, but I showed my friend my boobs, so I said, no wait, I'm sorry, I can't show you this. Like, there are my boobs in this photo, and I noticed that he was getting embarrassed. So I said, I'm sorry, am I making you uncomfortable? And he said, no, 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 quite the contrary. And so I noticed, wait, I can't do this anymore. I seriously like this guy, and apparently he likes me because I thought that he maybe thought that it was just pretty, but he was always with me, listening to me, and very like showing lots of interest, and that made me think I can't do this anymore. So I wrote him like we were seeing each other like together in class, and I wrote him a letter that I still have saying, hey, I'm feeling pretty weird. Like, I think I like you too a lot. Like, I even dream about you because it was true. I was dreaming about him a lot. And he wrote to me stuff, and then I wrote to him stuff. And let's say that I couldn't focus in the class that day. Like, I remember I was super, like, blushing a lot, super red. And so classes finished, and Yeah, yeah. And the next day, I remember that recess like ended, and the last 3 hours of class we skipped them, and I even lost my glasses. Like I used to have ones that were cuter than this one, but I lost them when yeah. And so complicated stuff happened. I told him that I wanted to be his girlfriend because I don't like, you know, just because I liked him. And he told me, yeah, I like you too, but I don't feel like I can be in a relationship right now. And yeah, so we kept hanging out and stuff until one day, the 25th of December, under a Christmas tree, he told me that if I wanted to be his girlfriend, like, he couldn't do it anymore. He couldn't resist. And I told him crying that yes, I wanted to be his girlfriend. Sorry. And so I had the best Christmas I've ever had. We spent like 10 days in like in his house, meeting his parents and being there. And I was so happy. Even in years, I was so happy. And yeah, those were beautiful months until March, in which he told me that he couldn't do it anymore. He loved me, but he needed some time so he could be mentally better for him, for me, for us. And because he thought that maybe some time might do better to me. But I didn't understand what he meant. I didn't understand what wanting some time meant. So I kept talking to him in WhatsApp. I kept talking. And he started getting very, very depressed. And I had been months, like, not going to school, like, for a full week because I even didn't like going to school because I couldn't handle it and because I didn't feel like arts was something that I wanted to spend my life doing, and I didn't like the classes at all. And so I was living, I was living at my grandfather's house. Like, I started living there in September, and then in March is when all of this happened. And I was skipping school, um, and one day I just couldn't do it anymore. So I took like 10 sleeping pills, no 10, no 30, I think, sleeping pills, and I took them all because I couldn't do it, and I fell asleep. But then I woke up the next day because they were melanin or melatonin, I don't know, I always. But yeah, so it didn't work. I just woke up feeling like a zombie, but it didn't work. And so, the 3 days later, I tried going to school, but I couldn't do it. I was there, but I couldn't be there. I couldn't. I remember that by the fourth hour, I was like on my desk, lying on my desk because I couldn't breathe. I couldn't be there. Everything was dizzy. And my teacher, my homeroom teacher, said, "You barely come to school, and when you come, all you do is lay there." That was the last straw. I took the train, went to my grandfather's house, and decided that I wasn't going to go there anymore. And so that very same day, my grandfathers kicked me out because he said that if I wasn't studying, then I had to go. And I was back home, and I felt like I was totally alone. Well, I had my friends from class, but then in April, I heard that people from that group were saying things like, I don't like Nemo anymore. She's starting to be really weird and stuff. And I also started hating people from that group because I found out that because CJ had told me before that some girls, when we still weren't together, some girls that knew that I really liked CJ, tried doing stuff with him. And horse, I'm sorry for saying this, but I felt so trashed by them. Another group of friends I couldn't trust, so I left. And I spent April depressed until, well, CJ, I know he was trying. He really was trying. We spent a bit of days together, but I ruined it by having a panic attack when I had to go home because I didn't want to be alone. And then in May, I spent a whole month alone. Then in May, we saw each other again. We went out a few days, it was okay. But a few days later, we hung out again. And I ruined everything. Because I told him that I wanted to kill myself in my birthday. And I had another panic attack because I didn't want to go home again. I didn't want to be alone. I didn't want to do it again. And so I completely ruined it. And I had to go home. And here I am. I'm not saying some things because I don't want to get worse than this. But you know, I don't date just to date. I date to. I know this is too much, but I date to marry and stuff, you know. I don't my dream was to have a family, like flying experience what being loved and cared for was, and have a happy family in the future. And I know that there's more people, but I don't see it that way. I really don't. A part of me says that it's over, but another part of me says keep going, keep going, keep going, but like that everything will be okay because he has told me that he wants to get back with me, but if we are like this together both, we might drag each other down. Um, please don't say anything. Like, I know that you guys try to help. Like, thank you, but please don't say. No, it's okay. Say what you want. It's okay. And so yeah, present day. Sorry for crying. I'm really sorry for crying. But yeah, tomorrow's video and after tomorrow's video are going to be the most. Yeah, because since I've like finished making telling you guys my life story, I haven't told you guys the biggest, worst things. Like tomorrow, I'm going to tell you guys something pretty big. Oh, no, but no, yeah, I'll say that to you tomorrow. I'm sorry this video has been, but you know, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day and a great night and a great night and a great day. And yeah, honey, honey, apple, wow.